First, Roseanne opens a new Photoshop document. By default, she works on an A4 paper format because this is the way she usually does it. Depending on her design, she will readapt her format if necessary. She creates a new layer that will serve as a first step in the construction of her design. This layer overlaps the white background. To design her sketch, Roseanne allows for some flexibility, being careful not to give her drawing too final an appearance. For this purpose, she uses a grey brush with a relatively low flow to obtain a light grey, as if she were drawing with a pencil, not pressing a lot on it. The brush that Roseanne is using here is a basic Photoshop brush, which is to be found in the directory of the dry brushes already available by default. It corresponds to the number 36 brush. For this illustration, Roseanne takes again the character she had the opportunity to draw in the left illustration. She begins with the girl. The first thing she draws is the head. For this purpose, Roseanne's method is fairly common. She begins by drawing a circle for the volume of the skull to appear clearly. Then she adds a second volume below to suggest the rest of the head. At the same time, she places the axis of the head to show already that it will be leaning. At this stage, she can already suggest where the eyes will be found. What we immediately notice here is that the eyes are quite low on the face. There are two reasons for this. The first one is that the character's head is tilted downwards, so that we will naturally see more the top of the head. The second reason is that the character Roseanne is drawing here is quite young. In young people, the eye level is quite low. On the contrary, if we wanted to draw an older person, the eye level would be higher. Roseanne's character will cross her arms. We can already distinguish here both arms and hands, although they are still barely suggested. The sketch phase is an adjustment phase. One draws, then readjusts to find a better pose or to improve the proportions. To make readjustments, Roseanne uses the eraser tool with the E keyboard shortcut. To erase her sketch, she uses a round brush she uses with no special characteristic. It is a 100% flow as opposed to the brush to draw, and the opacity management tool, according to the pen pressure, is not activated. Roseanne readjusts the arms, whose proportions are this time more correct. The arm position here is not very obvious to draw because of the viewing angle. There is like a slight shortcut because the elbow seems to come forward in the viewer's eye. Therefore, we must take this factor into account and realize that this arm will be shorter than an arm, for example, that would be stretched along the body of the girl. At the same time she completes the body of the girl, Roseanne already suggests the secondary volumes, like the clothes here, and the hair there. It's just one way of proceeding. Some designers will prefer to outline the whole body before adding the clothes and the rest. For the legs that Roseanne sketches here, it is the same case as for the arms. The knees come forward compared to the pelvis, where the legs will start. Therefore, there will be another slight visual shortcut. For the feet, there will be a 3/4 view. Another item to be taken into account is the perspective of the drawing. Roseanne chooses here to adopt a perspective with a horizon line which is at the top of the character's head. This means that what is below this line will be subject to the rule of the vanishing lines. In this case, this rule is quite visible on the elbows, the buttocks and the base of the feet.